Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil. Welcome back to a brand new anime review, guys. Yes, after Fairy Tail, I said it's time to move on to something else, and now I'm starting Death Note, guys. Yes, so this will be now my third anime that I'm talking about and reviewing on the channel for you guys. This will be a complete series review of Death Note since while there is two parts, I think people just tend to review all of it in one go. I don't really feel like breaking up into different seasons and stuff. So I'll just be talking about all 37 episodes in this one condensed review. I will not be spoiling it because I don't like to spoil my reviews, even though if I do slip out a spoiler too, then I apologize. But my goal is never to spoil things unless it's like a in-depth review or something, if that kind of makes sense. But this is not an in-depth review, guys, so there's that. Now, going into Death Note, I have to say that I was hearing all this hype and praise around it. It's one of the highest rated TV shows of all time on IMDb as well. So I was pretty excited. But after watching the series, I have to say this is without doubt my least favorite TV show I've ever seen of all time. This is number six. This is not only the 60-second show that I've either completed, currently going through, or watched a good chunk of, but it's also the 60-second show that's on my TV show ranking, if that kind of makes sense. So I've seen 62 shows that I've either A, completed, should I say, seen every episode of, including this, B, currently going through, or C, watched at least one full season of. So I have a TV show ranking, and I haven't put it out yet. I don't think I ever will because, unlike my top 50 movies, there's way more shows that I've seen. Not shows, but there's way more in terms of that, right? That number, 62 over 50, you know what I mean, guys. But anyway, so not only have I seen 62 shows, and this is the 60-second, but this is the 60-second show in terms of ranking. So yes, it's at the bottom. Now, I do want to say this, and you'll see by my rating at the end of this review, guys, this is not a bad show. I didn't hate this show and I didn't dislike it. There's some parts I was like, yeah, whatever. But the best way I can describe Death Note, in my personal opinion, and you guys will hate me for this, I think it's mid. That's just how I feel. I'm sorry, guys, I do. Now, jumping into the story, because I do want to structure this like a normal review, guys, with the story, positives, negatives, and stuff like that. The story of this series is that this kid known as Light Yagami finds his notebook that fell from the sky, and with it, it grants him the ability to kill anyone he wants to. So he writes down the person's name and he kills them, and that's really what the show is about. And honestly, they took the show in very interesting directions at times, but other times I was like, yeah, whatever. Thank God this was not a high school show, because if it was, I don't know how it would have felt. But anyway, guys, this show actually did a pretty good job in terms of one element though, and that's actually the writing. The dialogue is pretty sharp at times, and I gotta say that may be the crowning jewel and achievement of the show, because if it wasn't for the dialogue, I don't think I would have even said that this show is mid. I would have said this is like a kind of a bad show. I don't know, guys, but the writing did save it, so there we go. Now, moving aside from the story, let's talk about the positives. The three things I liked about Death Note. First off, let's talk about it. The animation. I mean, I know it's anime, and I know it's pretty cliche to say at this point that anime is known to having damn good animation. And while I don't think the animation in this show is mind blowing, because honestly, this show is pretty bleak, stale, and wooden at times when it comes to it. When it comes to the animation, but in all honesty, though, the animation really works for the tone it's going for the dark, I guess, gritty tone. I don't know if that's the right word, but for the mysterious, suspenseful thriller tone that it's going for, yeah, I think it really works. Another thing is the voice acting. The dub is actually pretty damn good. I have to watch dub, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, but it is what it is. I rather watch dub than watch Japanese and read the subtitles all the time, because I know sometimes they talk very fast. So there we go. And finally, for positives, I gotta say, some of the characters I do really like. Ryuk is by far my favorite character in the show. I love Ryuk. He's awesome. White is cool, I guess, kind of interesting, but he's not the most fascinating main character in the world. I feel like there are other main characters I like in anime. Luffy, definitely Natsu. But the thing is that, and this is, I think, why I struggle to really get into it at times, is because it's not an action show. I think I'm so used to watching the action anime. That's why it's such a change of pace. But hey, I still give it a chance. That's just how I feel. Now, negatives. Let's talk about it. Oh yeah, before negatives, I do want to say some of the other characters I like. Misa, I mean, she's alright, I guess. I liked White's dad. There's a few other characters I do like. Some of the people that help them. Elle is actually pretty interesting. Elle might be one of the most fascinating, if not the most fascinating character in the entire show. But Ryuk is my guy. I love Ryuk. Dude's awesome. He's pretty hilarious. He's the funniest and most fun and entertaining part of the entire show. If there's one reason why you should watch Death Note, it's because of Ryuk. Besides the dialogue, that is, and the animation, I should say. So that. Also, shout out to the music. The music's actually pretty cool too. Now, negatives. The story is just, again, not for me. I didn't really find myself really gravitating towards the story. There was numerous times where I was on my phone and stuff, which is not really good, but then again, I do tend to do at times, which is not a good habit when I watch things, but usually I try to be fully locked in, so there's that. Another thing I also didn't really like was the pacing. Even though this is 37 episodes, you do really feel like they're trying to drag it out quite a bit. They could have done this in like, I don't know, maybe 20 to 25 episodes, but then again, there's two parts. I don't know how they would have done that. I don't know, maybe remove some characters, so there's that. And finally, for negatives, I just felt like the way the show was like planned out story wise and executed, I don't know if I really, really loved it. And the end, the way they ended off the show, I mean, I kind of felt I knew where it was going. I kind of saw where it was going. I kind of saw it coming in some ways. But in all honesty, though, I thought that the way they ended it off was fine. It was okay, but it wasn't the most mind blowing thing ever. But guys, I don't really have anything else to say when it comes to Death Note. It's pretty mid, guys. I'm sorry, it really is. So I'm just gonna have to wrap it up here. I know you guys were probably wondering, those of you interested, I should say, probably wondering to know my thoughts. Those of you new to my channel, I'm sorry if I upset all of you, but I found Death Note mid. It's just what it is, guys. I know some people try to also get into it and then they just gave up. For me, Death Note, as a final score, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. Not even a 6.5 if I wanted to, just a 6. But I don't usually do that on my channel, give things a 0.5. But if I really want to, I'll specify. But this is without doubt a 6 out of 10 show. Not a 5, a 6. Because there are some redeemable moments and qualities about this show. And I know some people didn't like part 2. I kind of dug elements of it more than part 1 as well. So there's that. But guys, those are my thoughts on Death Note. That is it for anime reviews for the year, guys. And next up for anime reviews will be next year, guys. I'll be back talking about One Piece and some new shows as well coming next year. I'll talk about that as well when we get to it. But for now, that's my thoughts on Death Note. I still got Transformers, Monkey King, Napoleon to see, Rebel Moon's coming out, Aquaman's coming out. I don't know when Red One's coming out on Amazon Prime. And as for Ferrari, I don't know if I'll see that this year. It might be next year, but whatever, guys. The year's almost ending. I'm glad I finished Death Note. I'm glad I get to talk about it now. But guys, it's mid. I'm sorry, I do think it's mid. But hey, I at least gave it a chance, right? So those are my thoughts on Death Note, guys. What do you guys think about this show, this anime? Is it your favorite? Is it your least favorite? And also, how many anime have you actually seen? I am genuinely curious to know because this is now number 3 for me. And I plan to see a few more next year. Yes, not 1, not 2, but maybe 3 or 4. We'll see how it goes. But guys, again, those are my thoughts on Death Note. What do you guys think about it? Tell me all your feelings and thoughts in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.